I'll fuck you.
The second we have,
The second,
unless we first one to make me erect.
To make me horny, baby.
yeah, that works for
It should
me.
be I can't fuck with you.
I can't.
Physically, it's impossible.
Gang bang. I can't gang bang unless we gang bang.
It's not even a gangbang at that point, though. It's a regular.
It's just
bang.
two dudes.
Well, no, because you still got two dudes.
Oh, there's another.
more of a spin.
There's another dude there. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, you need him to fuck her, so you get hard, so you can fuck the second hooker.
Oh, okay.
There's 4 parties involved. 1 dies. 3.
Okay.
Is it really a gangbang if there's just like?
Yeah, you definitely need more than 2 guys.
Yeah.
For a
Yeah.
gangbang.
It's just a threesome, man.
Yeah, at that
Yeah.
point. At that point, it's super regular.
What's the cutoff for? Anyways, that shit. Welcome to the Brown Brick Podcast. The most amount of fun you can have while listening to a podcast. It's a beautiful winter day here in Omaha. We have
It
some
is.
sun.
It's like
Super
50
nice.
degrees.
Yeah,
Went for a walk.
I am gonna cry. It's so nice.
I am.
It was
crying.
Pokemon Community Day.
they can see.
Shut up.
So-
Don't even start.
I wasn't gonna start on that. It sounds like you want to go to that.
Hey guys, have you ever considered Pokemon are sexy?
Maybe a little.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about
We'll
that.
talk
later.
about it after
What
the
if
pod.
somebody made a video that's like a deep fake, but they're deep faking the people to be Pokemon instead?
Oh, that I could get behind.
Yeah.
It would just be like a really gross,
It's really
Gardevoir.
they're like really poorly green. Like
I'd want them like rotoscoped, where it'd just be.
that could actually
Rotoscope.
work. The
Yeah.
rotoscoping could
That could
actually
work, but I don't know.
It would be so much
I
work.
I like rotoscope animation,
Takes so much effort.
but I feel like there's something inherently unsexy about rotoscope.
Yeah, whenever you see that, you're not, whenever you see like the Flock of Seagulls music video, you're not like,
It doesn't
damn.
lend itself to the erotic,
Yeah, it's supposed to be like
No.
kind of unsettling in a way.
stylistic in a way that doesn't make
But
me
it's
hard.
a Pokemon.
Yeah.
So
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what I wouldn't want to deep fake? Streamers
your-
that were my
your-
colleagues.
Yeah, your fellow.
Yeah.
colleagues.
Do you guys, are you familiar with the Atrioc situation?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, he was unironically my favorite streamer. He's like the only streamer that's not an anime girl that I actually watch semi regularly. And like I watched all his YouTube content and actually tuned into some of his streams and like saw it actually go down. Not like I saw
I
like
didn't notice, but
I saw the one like apology live
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like there was the biggest confliction of emotions in my mind because on one hand I was like, this is really sad that one of my friends
you loser.
You're parasocial.
no, but that was that. But he like it was like that. He's going to basically irrevocably ruin his relationships with all of his friends, who are also my friends by proxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
My
on the,
friend group is falling apart.
on the other hand, I also
Not
saw this.
ironically, there's people who think.
I
that kind
know
of shit.
but it's like on the other hand, it was the funniest fucking thing to see like his wife blurry and in the background of his apology,
Yeah.
crying the whole
Just
time.
sobbing.
And then she was like, he's a good man. He's a good man. And he's sobbing about looking at porn. And so
Yeah.
if you zoom out,
Very much the worst kind of besides child porn. This is like the worst kind of porn he could have gotten.
revenge porn would be.
Revenge.
well,
porn's
revenge porn
bad.
would have been bad, but
And then-
like,
I think that's
Well,
worse than deepfake.
For him
I'm talking about this
specifically.
specific
Or
situation.
like,
Yeah.
or like
Be-
porn where people are getting raped. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay, well,
that's
I'm
no
saying
good.
in this specific situation, because it's porn of people that he's friends with,
Yeah.
that's what makes it the worst kind of porn.
Well,
I still think it would be worse
Yeah,
if he was watching videos of people getting or animals. That'd
Yeah,
be
if he
worse too.
was- okay, that would be an apology
okay,
I'd want to see.
all right, yeah, there's a lot of bad types of
Where he's sitting there, and because like his explanation was he was like, I was on Pornhub and I saw an ad, which Pornhub has also banned ads of that for like
curious
for quite literally like since 2018. Pornhub has like nothing on their site that's related to deepfakes.
Yeah, he was
And-
talking about like
Or
being
animals. I've checked.
he was being in like he's like in like discords that were like posting about like deep fake.
Yeah, so he was like
He's like, oh,
he was like deep in there, but I think it would be really funny if he was talking about animals, where he's like, and I saw a link to some animal porn on Pornhub.
and
And they're like, they definitely,
I had to.
they don't have those ads on porn. I was just because he was saying like I was the funniest thing was he was like, I was thinking a lot about AI throughout the entire
I was
week.
doing research.
So
unironically, that was kind of how he posed.
yeah, so it was. I guess we haven't like fully
researching
explained
the
it.
depths of deepfake technology.
I did not touch my penis while I watched it.
I
But
was simply taking notes.
But long story short, this streamer found out he had deepfake porn of a
Found out that he had.
Yeah, well, 'cause
everybody else
he
found
alt
out. He
tabbed.
knew.
He alt tabbed for like 3 seconds, and then people were like, "Enhance," and they saw that he was like finding all this deepfake porn of other streamers,
Yeah.
which a lot of them
You
are
gotta
like,
have, if you're a streamer, you gotta just have a second screen.
Don't look at porn on your.
Well, yeah, don't do
computer.
that. But if you're the kind of guy who has shit on your computer, like
Yeah.
second screen or there's ways to.
There's so many ways.
Safeguards.
There's infinitely more. No, I think it was because he alt tabbed, so it was something where it was like that
I just
tab
pulled
came
up like the alt.
Yeah,
tab.
but you
yeah,
can have like on like most modern OSs have like a second screen. So like the browser
Oh,
for your
yeah.
regular
Well,
shit when you're looking at porn is over there.
Even on
Yeah.
OBS, like the very base level of OBS, when you alt tab, is not going to bring up the alt tab like screen and show all
So
your.
he does that. He had.
So I
to-
don't even know how the fuck
He
that
had to
even-
enable the doxing feature. He had to go into the OBS settings and enable
Yeah.
the doxing porn feature.
It's not gonna do that most of the time if
Maybe
like, streaming
it's a PR
properly.
stunt. That's my new theory.
That's-
now
No,
that you said
okay,
that.
so
fun.
like apparently that site got tons of traffic after that, but then the guy who's running that site like
Yeah.
posted a bunch of like Imgur apologies where he made a bunch of like really shitty things that
But
were like
he didn't shut the site.
Oh,
down.
no, he did.
Oh, he did.
And then he just
Okay.
posted all those pictures on like the site, and he was like, I'm gonna disappear.
I feel appalled.
Yeah, but that was more just because Cutie Cinderella got on screen. She's like, I'm gonna fucking sue your ass. And he was like, just kidding. I feel really bad. I feel appalled that I did
I
this.
didn't know people would be upset.
Unironically, that's what he said.
That's what he said. He
yeah.
was like, I thought it was a victimless crime. And I was like, you were posting.
Huh, man?
Yeah.
You know there's illegal in like some states.
It's also like explicitly all of these people have complained about it at some point. But yeah, so that was a very sad apology.
I wish people would deepfake me onto
Yeah.
a sexy
Yeah,
man.
Jack, can we start doing a video podcast on the YouTube so
But
people will
it's
deepfake
porn.
us?
Deepfake us.
Oh no! I thought you meant you were gonna ask Jack to do a deepfake of us in porn, but we're talking
Do a deep-
while we're
deepfake of
having
us.
Our
sex.
face reveal will be us deepfaked onto a black guy.
Do a deep face of me fucking the AT&T girl.
A double deepfake.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
shit.
it's like even more uncanny valley.
Yeah,
So when
our
they
heads
hit,
are strangely kind of like slightly wobbling around.
yeah, and there's like it seems like their face goes off of their face by like a
Yeah.
centimeter. It's yeah, and both of them when you guys kiss, your mouths like conjoin into
we
like.
become some weird homunculi.
That's what you'd want though with the AT&T girl to be homunculized to her.
I would
for-
love to do
join.
Dragon Ball Fusion with the AT&T
And then
girl.
play with
That
my
would-
pussy.
And then
would
play
be-
with my tits.
Imagine so a guy who's like, "Go away, you're creepy," and then there's the guy who's like, "I just want to," and then they Dragon Ball fuse.
Here,
what the fuck
put
is
on
going?
this earring.
What the fuck is going on in their mind? What the fuck is going on in that fusion's mind where it's like, you're creepy, I hate you, go away, versus like, come on, baby, just put on this earring for me real quick. Like, what
Yeah.
what kind of
that
conflict?
fusion kills itself.
But it's jacking off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the Atrioc situation. Long story short,
Very funny.
very funny.
Don't jerk off to deepfake porn, and especially not deepfake porn of people that you are actually close to in real life.
Yeah, I feel like that because there's levels to it where it's like level 1 is like I'm jerking off to regular porn, and if people saw that they just
Yeah.
like laugh at him, and then there's like I'm jerking off to
Jerking
like
off to porn that looks like these.
yeah, which is like oh that's weird, and then there's I'm jerking off to deepfake porn of my colleagues, which is weird, and then there's I paid for porn that was deepfakes of my colleagues. That's like a whole other level.
When it's paid, is it like a commission thing where he goes, "Hey, can you make this?"
It was a commission site, but I believe they already had stuff on.
Yeah,
it.
so he paid for like seeing all of the commissions that got made. So we don't know if he commissioned an artist to do porn, but he had to pay to get into that site.
Mm-hmm.
People start checking the videos. They're like, "That the guy looks strangely like Atrioc. Atrioc is weird."
Yeah, he has like his profile picture, and he's like, "Can you make her tits bigger?"
Well, no, I'm saying that like his commission, he was like, make
He
me
was
the guy.
Yeah.
Make me the dude.
Yeah, make me the dude as well. That would be funny. And Atrioc's like, someone's deep faking me into porn, which is really disgusting.
That would have been a way funnier way for people to stumble upon this controversy. Rather than seeing the tab, they're like, someone keeps commissioning themselves into being the guy in these deepfake Pokemon videos. Wait, is that
Is that Atrioc?
That's Atrioc. That's a famous streamer.
It is funny how much his life is just going to be the deepfake porn guy now, because it was like literal years of building up like a brand and like a community and like.
I mean, I had never fucking heard of him or knew who he was.
And now you know who he is because he deepfaked.
He is just the deepfake porn guy to me.
And so that's why I find it so tragic, because I'm seeing this from the inside for the first time. Where every other streamer controversy, I'm like, haha, loser streamer does this, but I'm seeing this guy's like life just be like, haha, this guy's a deepfake porn guy, and I'm like, no,
I
liked his marketing Mondays.
He was fun to watch.
You would like someone who had fucking marketing Mondays.
He goes over the coolest
Goddamn,
marketing.
that is something that appeals to Jack. For sure.
100%.
If you look at the Atrioc like YouTube channel, you're gonna learn so much about me in terms, or you're gonna see that, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
And then if any of our listeners look at it, they're gonna be like, yeah, it's
a real insight into Jack's psyche.
Yeah, that he's like, you liked this, didn't you? Yeah. Anyways,
that's why you be a VTuber, so it's okay if they make porn of you, because you're like, it's not really me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. People don't really think about that in that way, do they?
VTuber, like, I can't jerk off.
I mean, you can't
porn.
make yourself an anime girl and then be like, people are making porn of me.
I mean, people have complained. I'm just saying.
Really, people have.
Wait,
not
like VTubers
like
complain?
big time VTubers, but like not.
Small time, but like the bigger time
Mid-tier.
VTubers will talk about like openly their lewds and just be, or like retweet them,
Which I imagine does 100% feel better because you know it's not actually you.
I thought that's like the whole appeal is that they're anime girls. Of course, there's going to be porn.
Yeah, and I think that there's
the whole point of it is for porn.
There's a big portion of the audience that is just like views them as like an actual anime girl, and then there's a portion of the audience who's like, that's a real human being. So it's a weird gray area, because I look at a lot of those and I'm like, like, or it's like they'll have them like hooking up with other VTubers, and I'm like, this is weird. I don't like this.
You're getting too
I don't even view regular streamers as human. So the VTubers, I'm definitely not having any qualms about.
Yeah, I need to go touch grass. I need to stop
to breathe in the fresh air,
the fresh, beautiful air.
Get some of that piece of that air in this blue trap bubble we live in.
For all these people watching deepfake porn and all this shit, like, you know, you can just beat off without looking at anything, right?
Yeah, you know, you could just think
use your mind.
If you really can't even
That's
finish
the best deepfake.
without watching something, guess what? You don't need to beat off. You're not horny.
You have a porn addiction.
Yeah.
If you just beat off and you're like, oh, I can't come unless I look at Pokemon,
then you're good. You don't need to
then you're
masturbate
fine.
right now.
You're good.
Yeah, honestly, more people need to like get to jerking off and then just realize that they don't actually need it. You know, some people just when they get to it,
I've started
they
beating
quit.
off, and then I'm like, no.
Yeah, or like I'm busy and I'm like, yeah, it's probably higher priority to do.
Not
this
even
other
that
stuff.
busy. I just started beating off. I'm like, you know what? I really don't feel like going through all that right now.
It's like I could just like watch another episode of
the
Sex Life.
Like, I'll play a game on my phone.
Yeah, I'll play Candy
Much
Crush.
more productive.
I'll crush some candy in real life. Do you think that was what Candy Crush was based off of? Do you think there was a guy who was like,
I had a bunch of candy on the table.
I crush candy.
He was smashing it with his fists.
Yeah, and then he was eating them. No, and then once he smashed 3 of a kind, he got to eat them.
Yeah.
And then he's like, this should be a game.
Yeah, that's all right. That's a new classic Brown Bricks bit. Candy Crush in real life.
Yeah, this one.
Question mark?
Candy Crush. Oh, candy.
Yeah, candy's good.
I don't want you to question candy.
Crush.
He crush all the candy.
Candy Crush all the candy.
Yes.
Okay, fucking shut up.
Yes. All right.
Let's talk about that funny little balloon that got blown up by a $300,000 missile.
Hell, what else are we using the missiles for?
We shouldn't have them.
Okay, but we do.
So
like, what? What do you?
I don't know. They probably could have taken it down some other way.
I wish they would just like shoot them at cows sometimes, right? And have a little show. Yeah. It's like tomahawk
missile. Yeah, that's
missile,
what an air show really should be.
Vaporizing cow.
Should not be flying the planes. It should be fucking blasting shit with the planes.
Honestly, well, because like you're looking at it from the sense of like logistically, it doesn't make any sense why I would shoot down a shitty little balloon with like a $3 million missile or whatever.
$300,000.
Yeah, $300,000 missile, which honestly isn't that much given
the Sidewinder.
But like for me, I look at that and say we already have all these $300,000 missiles.
So true.
What are we doing with them if not shooting? Because we never get to see that shit too.
Well, okay.
We got to see that get shot down.
My suggestion would be we get all those fucking tanks that we have parked in that one big ass tank parking lot.
Hell yeah.
And we line them all up and we fucking make them shoot the balloon down.
I'd want them.
They all get in a big circle and they aim their cannon up high.
I think we should have tied a sniper to a weather balloon and had to carry him up.
I think we should have made a really big paper airplane.
Or just a guy with a knife. I think try to get him in the same wind stream.
I think we should have had a guy with a really big paper airplane and he's got like a big needle and then he goes over and pops it.
He had a really big needle.
And the paper airplane's tied to his back.
Yeah.
He's flying.
he's the kite man.
Okay, so that's just a glider.
I like the idea.
All right, well, a glider then.
Yeah, okay. If that's how it has to be.
Well, I'm thinking a paper airplane, he's got to be riding in the top of it, in like the crease of the paper airplane.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was thinking also it could be something where, at the very end of the party, people start like stomping on balloons because it's like we need to pop these somehow.
Sure.
Or like they grab it.
God stomps on the
we need a really
Chinese
big guy. We just need a really big guy.
Supposedly Chinese balloon.
Supposedly.
I don't know if that was ever confirmed.
Allegedly Chinese balloons.
To be honest, I don't think it is, but I don't fucking know.
People kind of ran with that. I don't know what the...
It was like a Chinese... It wasn't like the Chinese government balloon. What I heard it was like a company that was just putting these out.
Put balloons
and just one of their balloons got in like the wrong airstream.
Yeah.
And came over here, and everyone's like, "They're spying."
There's a spy balloon.
Somehow
we didn't know it was here.
I do like how China probably freaked out about that more than we did because
there are better ways to spy on America,
and they definitely
satellites
than sending a big balloon.
Well, it's like they have a fucking like app that's downloaded on everyone's phones that like monitors all of your shit, and they're like, "No, what we need now is a big balloon."
They have fucking satellites.
Yeah, satellites capture like all the way up to like the grass.
A slow ass
super high definition
balloon that's just going through like
it's not enough.
Nowhere, Montana.
The satellites aren't doing enough. We need. What do we do?
It's going over like cornfields, and they're just like they're spying.
Oh my
on us.
Yeah, this balloon was here to just analyze how shitty American infrastructure is.
See how long it takes.
Oh no!
Will they stop us?
They don't got any roads.
Yeah. That would be really funny if they just go over all the farmland and it's like they're barely industrialized.
China would be one to talk. They got a fuck ton of rural landscape out there.
China has a bunch of like mud holes that people live in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like us.
We should
Hey,
like
we're not so different.
We're not so different.
We're not so different after all.
Yeah, no, that's cool though. I wish we would have had another balloon with a big needle on it.
Yeah, if that shit was actually like a security threat in any way, we wouldn't have fucking heard.
No,
about
yeah,
it
the fact that it was going over people's heads, that's what was scary to them, and they were like, "That's from China."
Yeah, Dundee got fucking bombed back in World War II by the balloon bombs,
and everyone's like, "Keep that on the DL."
Well, unironically, that makes sense. We were at war.
Yeah, we were at war, and they were like, if they hear about this, they'll know where it is, because then they'll be able to like see. So everyone in the neighborhood decided to keep that one on the DL, which is cool. I like that.
Well, it would just be like, oh no, America was able to get struck on their own soil, and it'd be really fucked up for morale.
Oh yeah, that would be well because it's also.
But now we just hype ourselves up by being like, we had no idea this Chinese balloon was here. Our fucking missile systems couldn't even detect it. And it's like, what do you mean, man? We fucking totally could have.
We could have just.
I think people
are
just fucking tired of like all the like us going over and fighting like vague ideological groups that you can't really crush. Like, God, a real war would be so much nicer.
And we're like, China has the ability to wipe us off the fucking map. But
like, we're also stronger than them. No, we could totally fucking
No, we definitely wouldn't say that, because then that's like, we want to be the underdogs who win, and then we just go and steamroll their fucking, we just carpet bomb.
But that's what you always want to make sure everybody thinks that your enemy is super strong, and then like you're super weak, but you're also super strong.
You want them to think your strength comes from your character.
Yeah, and you're like, you're a crouching tiger, hidden badass.
Yeah.
Double speak 101. The enemy always has to be stronger and weaker than you.
What if they always are doing that, where it's like they're so much stronger than us?
The Chinese, we might be able to actually have massive penises, and ours are small, but theirs are actually not that big.
Yeah, and they're fucking our white women.
Or ours are
they're fucking all our white women.
All these Chinese dudes with their big cocks fucking our white women.
That is, we just
your wife.
We do just need to like rattle ourselves up occasionally to be like, oh, that was scary. Okay, and we're just bored.
Do we? I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable with not thinking about.
I mean, the
nuclear holocaust.
The news occasionally is just like look at us,
shaking,
pay attention,
shaking keys.
I get myself riled up about small stuff. Like I see a guy who's just happy. I'm like, oh, what are you so fucking happy about?
What are you enjoying life for?
What's so fucking special about your life, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I get myself riled up about like money things, or like different like elements of my life where there's like individually little things where I'm like, I gotta get around to doing that. I don't need to. That was my thing. I remember my dad, we were sitting down at like a dinner on Thursday
at gay conversion camp because your dad's making you not gay.
I thought you were gonna go on.
Go on.
Gay. It was
we're both
Don't
there.
correct it. It's true.
It's a father and son conversion camp.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was where we were, and my dad was like, "Did you hear about this Chinese balloon?" And I'm like, "Yeah, the Chinese balloon. That's gonna I'm worried about like rent this month, like not like actually worried, but just like in general, like I care more about like paying my rent and
getting
like,
things done on time.
Yeah,
well, that's the system, man. They wear you down like that so you don't worry about the real threats like Chinese balloons.
Space
Chinese balloons. That is
I
so
wish that balloon was big and red. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, but then it also had like a spotlight that would be like going over. A spotlight.
Has anyone done a joke about Germany sending 99 red balloons to spy on
Of
us?
course.
I bet, probably.
Everybody's been singing 99 red left balloons.
No, they sent 88 red balloons.
99 red left balloons.
Harken back to the most racist year. And the most racist elevation.
Alongside the moon. The most racist elevation.
Speaking of
1988.
Racist people getting canceled, have you heard about the Mr. Beast controversy?
What did he say?
Is he racist?
No, he cured a bunch of people of their blindness. And it has people talking about it in like it brought up a lot of interesting talking points.
I mean, the only real talking point is that the eyesight surgery takes like 10 minutes, and we just don't let people do it because they don't have enough money. It's like, it's not a tough process.
Yeah, my favorite takes were the ones that like eventually got to the point where he was like, he shouldn't have spent the money on that. He should have been campaigning to get it so everyone could have that. And I was like, that's not, Mr. Beast doesn't have that kind of power. Mr. Beast can't do that. Mr. Beast can't.
What does this have to do with him being racist?
Why not just call him racist?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
He probably is.
Slander every other figure on this pod.
Yeah, okay, so
Mr. Beast is too far.
Yeah, Mr. Beast.
I don't like Mr. Beast.
Mr.
Like
Beast.
Mr. Beast. Yeah, you've got the Mr. Beast headband.
Beast.
Yeah, that's what he sounds like.
It's epic rap battles of Mr. Beastery.
Mr.
You were,
Beastery.
I remember, because you were walking around with your Mr. Beast hoodie and eating your Feastables,
My Beast burger.
your chocolate bars that he made.
Mr. Beast does have a very fucking punchable face.
Yeah,
Oh, he looks like a total fucking.
I would
Yeah.
fucking stab him.
you guys would kick him out of the bar so fast.
Probably not, but
Well, no, but
would
like,
want
we'd
to.
look for a reason to.
yeah, if he was like being a little, like if he was being like an asshole, and like it was like to the point that you'd be like, "Hey, dude, calm down." Just other people, it's like you gotta go.
he
bro.
did that the Squid Game thing.
Yeah.
And they're making that Netflix Squid Game show. Which
Oh, yeah.
apparently, people are like dying.
Yeah, well, it's like
They're getting hurt. Yeah.
yeah, well, it was something where it
Which
was
is
like
very funny.
really fucking cold apparently, and no one had any like adequate, so people were just freezing out in the middle of like wherever they're filming.
Yeah,
Netflix
they're doing
Squid
like
Game.
the red light, green light thing apparently, but they made them like it was meant to be like 2 hours was like the shooting time, right? And the game ideally would not be taking up that whole 2 hours.
Yeah.
And they were there for like 7 hours. And they're like points where they had to stay still for like a whole half hour, and they're like, "Come on!"
Like it is funny because like Mr. Beast did it immediately, and everyone's like, they already did that. But it's gonna be funny when it's like, wait, they already did that. Mr. Beast already did that, and he did it way better
3
than
years
you
later,
guys.
people weren't abused physically.
Yeah, he did it in like a weekend and like made it work.
Yeah.
And everyone was happy leaving.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about like one guy with all the money trying to do something is like shit gets done, you know,
Yeah.
compared to like a whole fucking production team and all these
Yeah.
people with an idea of what it should be, you know.
Yeah, playing the exact same games as the show, that's fucking stupid.
Well, it's just children's games, but they're not actually dying, and then they get money afterwards.
yeah, so nothing that was interesting about the
So
show.
it's just a shitty game show, but
Yeah.
they can't come up with anything cool.
What they should do is make a Squid Game park where you can go with your friends and play the games against each other.
That would unironically probably be pretty successful.
Some of them would suck.
Yeah.
Like
Cookie one.
No, the cookie one.
that's a game people that's like they play that like festivals and shit. It's like a little like carnival game
Yeah,
sort
no,
of
yeah.
thing.
I mean, they're all real games.
Yeah, yeah.
obviously.
Squid
is
Game
the
is
Squid
really
Game
good.
real or do they make
No,
that
that's
up for
real. It's in like it's like a
That
Korean
game,
game.
I don't know. That was the actual Squid Game. I watched. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is a stupid
That one-
fucking.
that one
game.
sucked.
that one just didn't make any sense to me. It was like, what the fuck is going
Was it?
on?
I forgot even what it was. It was like baseball or something.
It's like baseball mixed with like tackling people and like it's like a weird like I don't really know. It's like you got to get
Koreans aren't good at making games.
yeah.
They don't know how to make children's game.
Yeah.
At the very end of the Mr. Beast one,
USA.
they just played musical chairs
What?
because he asked everybody who's like, "Does anyone here know how to play Squid Game?" And they're like, "No." And he's like, "Okay, we're just gonna play musical chairs instead."
What would the American version of Squid Game have for their games? We got Foursquare.
Foursquare, football,
Well, football.
or it would be like,
Something like
More of a
Kids
proper
game.
game that kids can play.
oh wait, no, it's what's the one where it's like you like throw it out and then you say like a number value and then the person catches it to get the number.
500.
Yeah, 500. It's
could
that,
play-
but it said except for when you say like it's a bomb,
It's a bomb. It's really
then
a bomb.
it's like a really a
Oh,
bomb, and
shit.
then they die.
And then you can play like hacky sack.
Yeah, hacky sack would be good. We could play jungle gym.
What was that?
We could play collect the pieces, the wood chips on the
Ghost
ground.
in the graveyard.
We could
Play,
collect the wood chips on the ground and trade them.
Yeah, wolf tag.
We could play build a big sandcastle.
These aren't games. You're not suggesting any games here, Jack.
We could play sit in a field and talk about how much we hate the uniforms.
Well,
Yeah.
this is very specific to our childhood.
That's
Well,
just
there's
true.
also uniforms in Squid Game, so it would work.
Like, well, I guess. Well, I'm saying that's not
I
very
mean, they
applicable
do
to
sit
America.
around and talk already.
And that's part of the game.
Yeah, that's our version. I don't know.
I would love it if there's just those guys talking, and then one of
We
them
can
blows
we
up.
can have some of the more antisocial Squid Game contestants can go play Pokemon cards under the shade of a tree.
And one of them can play regular Pokemon on their DS, and he's
It's actually a pretty nice time. This Squid Game.
yeah, the American Squid Games are pretty chill.
Wow, I wouldn't have expected
Everyone
that.
has like really different things that they're doing, and so there's a guy under the tree like squinting at the DS. Yeah, this sounds cool. I want to go to Squid Games now.
I want to go.
I'm going to
Squid
Squid
Game.
Game Town.
I want to go to Squid
Town.
Game Town now.
Squid Game Town. Squid Game Town.
Squid Game
Everybody
Town.
go to Squid Game Town.
Next topic.
Let's
Next
see.
topic.
Okay.
I got a
Jeez.
fucking topic.
Do you
Chill
know
out.
SethTheProgrammer?
I've heard of his
Is
cancellation.
he the guy who does power scaling
Yeah.
for Dragon Ball?
Almost exclusively, that's all he does. But he got
He's a cool kind of guy.
There's about an 80-page document that got put out that canceled him because he's like very not a cool guy.
Pedophile.
He like convinced a guy to kill himself. He like did a bunch of stuff that was very not. He like was racist. He would do a bunch of things, but the document was really interesting because reading it, it would be like, here's 3 paragraphs about like him convincing a guy to actually commit suicide. Here's 2 paragraphs about him like abusing his like workforce and like not paying anybody. And here's like 5 paragraphs about how he doesn't actually like Luffy and he's baiting the comment section. and so it's like the weirdest like whiplash where it'll be like, this guy didn't pay me and I couldn't make rent, so I was out on the
It's so obvious what set the guy off to collect all the information is that he does really like Luffy. This guy did it. He found out this guy did it.
And
It crushed him.
no, but there was like 3 or 4 pages that were all about this guy like basically baiting people into believing that he liked an anime by being like, Boruto's actually not that bad, and he was like, I'm playing them like a fiddle, because then they're getting the comments and they say, I love Boruto, thanks for shouting it out, and then they're all mine.
What a
Just-
mastermind.
Just engagement bait.
He was just doing a
Yeah,
YouTube
so
thing.
they're just doing what YouTubers do there.
Yeah.
And then also they're a sack of shit.
and then he goes to conventions.
They should have presented the whole like document in like a power scaling way where it's like,
Yeah.
well, his level of racism here is
yeah, I was thinking that there should be a power scaler
comparable.
YouTuber
Yeah.
who compares all
It's
the
like
like
cancellation.
canceled YouTubers, like
Yeah.
who would win in a racism battle.
You know those TikToks that
Who's
are
the
like,
bigger
it compares
pedophile?
2
Yeah.
characters and it's like speed, power, and it does that, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like swag or not the
racism,
racism,
pedophile level.
boom, boom. Always set the program.
Always set the program.
But apparently, it was interesting because his power level was literally too high to take him down before this. Because apparently, people had these complaints, but he was such a big force in the community that
I
everyone just
hadn't heard of it,
put up with him.
but I also don't watch that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, you
I
don't
hate
watch
power scaling. It annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah, no, I don't like it either. Because then it's like, it's so, I hate that like they have to basically admit, they're like, yeah, we're just, like our number scaling doesn't really work. So there's part of it called hacks where it's stuff that doesn't really make any sense on a spreadsheet. Because it's like, it's because they have to, hacks are just anything that doesn't involve them punching really hard.
Stuff where if like you included it in their like calculations,
Yeah.
just nothing makes sense or work.
Yeah. So it's like your hacks are like either like boogers that will like stick to you and you'll stick to the ground, or your hacks are like time manipulation, and those fall under the same category. And it's like the entire thing is like on its head.
I just hate when they like take like a small scene and they're like, we can see here that when he hits the ground, this material rises off the ground by this many feet.
Yeah.
And we know the weight of this from a previous
That's Wario is showing
panel that's only in the manga. It wasn't in the anime. Oh my god!
Shut the
Wario
fuck
is
up.
shown to throw King Wart, which is the size of 3 Dodongos.
Three
Yeah.
Dodongos.
Which is it is all those things. where,
The small balloon the size of 3 buses.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to do that, I guess that's the whole thing. Is like I look at that and I just see like, yeah, I see why these guys are like mad at him, but I feel like you're all freaky little nerds. So I feel like
So
it's
it's
just
probably okay.
yeah, it's just a matter of time before you do this weird shit. Like for some reason, he just got really high on his own supply, and he was like, "I'm a god. I can rape people at a convention, and no
Oh.
one's gonna care."
Jesus.
Yeah, it was.
He said that.
Again, it was like a very, very sad document, except for the parts where he's just like, and he doesn't actually like One Piece at all. That's why he made
what
him
a, What a
lose.
faker.
Yeah, it's like he's convinced people that he likes One Piece, but he doesn't really like One Piece. He just keeps up with it.
Who would win in a fight? MetLife blimp or China spy balloon?
Oh,
MetLife blimp.
Why?
Because bigger.
And
Is it
Snoopy.
bigger?
And
Pretty
Snoopy's
sure.
the Red Baron, so he's a great tactician.
True.
There's
Yeah.
no guns on the MetLife blimp.
There's no
That we
guns on
know
this
of.
one either, right?
On the China spy plane?
Yeah.
Spy balloon?
Spy balloon.
There might be a single gun.
There's just a big telescope on the top. and there's a single Chinese guy looking down. At
There's
him.
a guy in the
Stuck up
balloon.
there.
No, he's on
been
the
stuck up there for a
top of the
month.
balloon. Yeah, and he's like, "Oh,
I
it's
thought
your
he was
boy."
in the balloon,
He's
and
like-
out the bottom of the
He's
balloon.
doing his own James and the Giant Peach fucking scenario where he's kind of just living on the balloon.
Yeah,
He's eating pieces of it to survive.
he's just like a month in. People see him going over, and the guy's just dead on the top of the balloon.
There's gonna be
Died of
a giant
exposure.
peach that shows up on the West Coast, and they're gonna be like, it's a Chinese spike.
It's a Chinese spy peach.
It's carrying a big ass spider.
Yeah, a big ass
Chinese
an
spider.
evil Chinese spider.
I would like that if any like unsuspecting thing is
Small
like
little Chinese
is a
boy.
Chinese spy something where somebody gets pregnant because they were like the guy didn't wear a condom and he's like it's a Chinese spy
spy
semen.
the
baby.
Chinese spy baby in
Chinese
your
spy
belly.
baby, because we didn't plan on having a kid.
Wow, nobody could have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be a Chinese spy.
Shoot it down with a missile.
Yeah, and when I drink an extra shot of tequila, and I probably shouldn't have that one, it's a Chinese spy tequila.
Chinese spy shot.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It really negates a lot of the responsibility.
Is there any kind of liquor that's like Chinese or of origin?
Almost definitely. What
yeah.
it's called, I could not tell you.
Okay, well, thanks, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear about the Target shooting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or the almost Target shooting. It's
it's cool, I guess.
cool.
'Cause he didn't shoot anybody.
Yeah, I guess he didn't. And then the cops fucking wasted his ass. Apparently,
My godfather was the cop that killed him.
oh, congratulations.
I guess.
No, but
Let's throw a
apparently,
party.
I talked to like somebody about like that whole thing, and they were saying that the cops in Omaha now, if there's an active shooter situation, it's like after Uvalde,
yeah.
they were like,
They're pussified.
well, no, they were like, no. Now the whole thing is that if you get to an active shooter situation,
You gotta go in.
you just go in
I don't know.
and fucking go for it.
Apparently, from what I heard from my dad, heard this from my godfather, is that like most of the cops stayed outside and him and like the state trooper went in.
Yeah.
and fucking killed the guy.
Well, 'cause,
so like I don't think that actually they went in. I think
I
just
think-
those two did.
I think they make it sound like it's like a Terminator thing. It's like that's the plan. That's what we're gonna do. But then most cops like are like, nah.
I'm just gonna stand
I'm-
around
I'm
and wait for
good.
backup.
Yeah, it's like that's not really my.
I mean, my godfather was also like the first guy there at the Von Mar shooting all those years ago. So I guess he just kind of
Suspicious.
goes in on the active shooter situations. He just fucking
Interesting.
goes in.
I don't know where
All
the
right.
conspiracy is there, but there feels like
There's a
there is
connection there.
Yeah,
you know?
he has the tip off. He's like, "There's about to be another shooting.
one. Yeah, he browses
Get there
4chan.
quickly."
He's on 8chan.
destroys people mentally to set up shooting so he can be a hero.
Yeah.
That's a FBI tactic.
Yeah.
Yeah, psyop.
Your godfather's in the FBI.
Mhm.
Yeah, the C.
He pretended to be a girl online to convince this guy to go.
Oh yeah,
go shoot up
We
the
did
target.
watch
And
a
I
lot of
still am not going to forgive him for it.
Not, there's so many. Jackson and I watched this one guy who goes on Omegle and like it's like a girl streamer to pretend that she's like 15, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm 15. I'm on here, whatever." And then it's always like a 60-year-old guy who's like, "Hey, pretty lady,
Hey there.
how are you doing?" And then
Oh, pretty baby.
then they start jacking off, and then he's like, "Oh, do you want to see my face?" And they'll show him, and it's like, "Why did you do that?" There's so and like
That's,
a
yeah,
bunch
that's
of
a
them-
really cool move to be beating up underage people and being like, they definitely got to see my face.
Well, no,
right now.
'cause it
You
was like-
gotta see.
one of them was like a teacher, and it was like one of those things where it was like he was like beaten off, and she was like,
One of them was Atrioc.
yeah, one of them was, and he was like, "I'm gonna deep fake you onto." Do you mind if I
Can
take
you
a
show
s-
me your face from more angles?
Yeah, can you
I
you
need
do a
some more
slow
data.
It
turn?
makes the final product
You
better.
just hear him doing a bunch of screenshots.
Yeah.
He's like, "Perfect. All right, I'll see you later." You won't see me though.
We should go on Omegle more.
No, I think
No.
that's a
Let's
cesspool.
all beat off together on Omegle.
Also, us being like older is just weird now because it's like most of those.
Well, we
most of
won't
those things-
interact with any children.
They're kids. How do we know?
Well, if they tell us.
It's like, how old are you? 15? Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
I wasn't doing it.
I don't want to
wasn't-
talk to you.
I wasn't beating off. I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That sounds like a
Yeah,
fun
you gotta
night.
you gotta reset every new person you see just to make sure you're not beating off to a child.
Show me your
by
ID.
accident.
Show me your ID. Yeah. It's like, I don't have one. I'm
Hold
15.
up a black light to that. It looks suspicious.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a
We
fake.
stop beating off and just like look really.
What's your
intently.
address? I'll send you a black light.
Gotta make sure
Get
you're
back
not
on here.
under-
I
Come with
don't
it.
necessarily want your address for sex stuff yet.
Yeah.
I gotta figure
Yes.
out how old you are.
I gotta feel this one out. She's like, "Oh, I'm in England." It's like, "Oh, that'll be tough."
It's international
Here,
shipping.
I'll fly.
Don't get off this video.
Don't move.
I'll fly.
For a week.
I'll
I
fly
don't know how to
over-
find you otherwise.
I'll fly over to you, give you the black light, and if you're 15, I'll walk away. And
If you're 50, then I'll just come back and we can chat
And we can talk like a human being.
about age appropriate things.
you do that. She's like, "I'm 15." And you're like, "Okay." Still don't get off the call, and then you fly back, and then you sit down. And you're like, "So how you doing, pretty lady?"
No.
No, you don't say pretty late. You get back and you're like, do you like
David Dobrik.
any TV shows you like?
How's Wednesday?
I liked Wednesday.
I liked Wednesday too.
It was okay. I didn't finish
It
it.
was all right.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's see. Rumpelstiltskin as Rumpelmans.
Rumpelstiltskin is Rumpelmans.
Rumpelstiltskin. I figured there was something we could do there.
Minson.
I don't know enough
know.
about Rumpelstiltskin.
I think he like signs deals with people.
He's like the devil.
Yeah, he's like a deal
Oh,
maker.
that's cool.
Yeah.
What if his deal always, instead of it's like, "I'll take your firstborn," instead it always just ends with, "And you have to take a shot of rumpies."
Well, that would not be very punishing.
No, that would.
It would be for the right person.
Yeah.
Rumpelmans is a divisive shot.
So you fail the contract and he makes you take a shot of
Yeah, he
Rumpelmans?
just makes you chug some rumpies.
Yeah, that would line up with his name.
I figured there wasn't much we could do with that. after
You know,
saying it out
we
loud.
checked it out. You know,
Let's see. Thing? Anything?
Wait,
do
wait.
you guys, do you guys have
No,
any?
it's always
I think
on
I
you.
did
That's
write.
the rules.
I think I
That's
did
the
write
rules?
something down. Actually,
Next week, I'm not going to put anything, and you guys are going
Where's
to
my-
have to.
all right. I just wait till I think of something stupid while you guys are talking. And I say
it
it.
might have been something we already talked about.
I am an
on my
expert at
notes.
treading water. That is my.
Oh yeah. There was something I saw on Twitter that was like about the first. There's like an animation that Netflix made that was like using AI art backgrounds,
backgrounds.
and like it's just like a small, like short, like 4 minute, not even 4 minute video, like 3 minutes at most. But the story of the video is very funny to me because in the middle of it, it's like a boy and like a cute little robot dog, and they're going around having fun.
I like
And then,
Yeah.
like the very halfway point of the video, just a bunch of nukes go off,
Oh.
and the dog gets like buried under rubble, and the boy goes away.
But he's a robot dog. So
Yeah,
it's
he's,
okay.
Yeah,
he's,
so he
but he's
just-
fine, but he's sad now because the boy's gone. But
then
then the boy finds him, and he's an old man now,
That's nice.
and the dog cries. And then they show like the process of making like the background. They have some shitty sketch, and they have like the AI art thing like
fill
improve
it
the
in.
sketch, and then they go back on top of that. And I'm like, okay, whatever. This fucking sucks.
Yeah, like I do like how people are like because that one guy who made like the AI art comic book. Apparently, it was just horrible. Like, apparently,
Yeah.
it was actually just a bad comic book, and people are like dying on the. Like, I wish the art that we would die on the hill or like have this discussion over was like at all good. Like, I wish like
You wish the AI art was good?
yeah. Well, it was like
it would make a more interesting discussion. For
yeah, because
sure.
then it's like, well, I wouldn't have gotten this without the process that you guys use. So there's like, it's like, well, I didn't need this in my life. I don't
Like,
need.
if you're
your
talking
fucking-
about bad AI art, you know, you can put the ethics aside and just go with shit. I
Yeah,
don't
it's like,
want
well,
it.
I don't want
Like,
that.
Get it out.
Yeah, it's like stop making that. But I know, yeah, they said that it was like a labor shortage. was the
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, that's what they said. And it's like, No.
No shot. Well, like for animators, for like background artists, there's no way.
Yeah, you just don't want to pay
There
people.
aren't enough people who want to make a living doing animation.
a living.
Yeah, there aren't enough people who want to get
There
paid
aren't
to
enough
draw.
people who are willing to get paid anything at all to do
draw.
drawings for
Starvation
money.
wages.
We had to replace them with a robot because they don't exist.
Mhm.
There's not a single person who wants to draw a background
Mhm.
and also wants to get paid for it.
Definitely not.
Our hands were tied. I would like if we slowly just automated all those art things. They're like, our hands are tied. If people were like, with like AI porn now, they like make porn. There's like, no one wants to have sex for money.
Let's see how good AI does on potting. I'm going to ask Chat GPT to do a podcast bit
Oh, I like
shit.
that
for the
actually.
Brown Bricks podcast.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Busy.
very
So
excited.
You guys fill the dead.
Yeah.
while I
Chat,
do that.
Chat GPT know who we are.
It won't.
I looked into it. So I was like write a like bit for the Brown Bricks podcast one time, and it was like, oh, like I love all kinds of bricks. I like big bricks, small bricks.
Oh, that's fun.
I think it is.
All right.
And I was like, oh, this is actually a pretty good bit, but it got our names wrong, so I don't know. But let's see.
Yeah, I guess you have to like provide a description of what we are.
Yeah,
right?
because I was like a 3-person podcast, and they gave us like a script. So like, if Phineas, if this comes up with a script, then we're gonna have to like pass it.
read it around.
But let's see. In my
It's making me sign into Google.
my
You didn't have this ready at all.
my gateway or my 88 tactical coworker.
Yeah.
He talked about like gateway crimes. He was like,
Gateway crimes.
yeah, he was talking about gateway crimes with me. He was like, I think we should punish stealing like small things a lot more than we do. And I was like, oh. Why?
Oh, yeah, man?
How so? And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah?
because the gateway crime. Because then people start doing that stuff a lot more.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
Yeah, that's why. That's why they're.
That's
doing
why people steal in order to get to level up to bigger and better crime.
it. In all fairness, a lot of people steal a lot of little things they don't need. I was at a Target
yeah,
a couple of days,
and that's fine.
I know, but it's like I remember specifically. It's like some people just steal because they're kleptos. I was at like a Target. And it was like a couple of weeks ago, and there was this one girl, and I was at the self-checkout, and she was at the self-checkout with her friend, and she was just looking at one of those Kinder eggs, and she kept picking it up and putting it back down, like looking around, and then she put it in her pocket, and then like as I'm walking out, I go right next to her, and I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen someone steal, and she like freaks out. She's like, oh, and I just keep walking, and I leave.
Nice. You
And
should her ass.
Yeah, well, I just thought that was funny because I was like, I'm not even like, I'm not mad that you stole something. I'm mad that you decided to steal a Kinder egg.
Steal something cooler.
Yeah,
steal
let's
a
do something
pack
with
of
like
cigarettes.
actual utility to you.
Steal a gallon of milk.
My first attempt was not that good. It gave me a joke. Why did the brick refuse to go to the party?
Why did it?
Because it was feeling a bit blocky.
Like it couldn't shit. It's,
I don't know.
Feeling blocky.
yeah, it's feeling blocky.
All right,
Why is
I'm
it?
gonna start throwing
I
Doug
think our
Walker.
podcast is based on bricks.
Well, what else
That
does
is-
it have
yeah.
to go off of?
I think most people.
I mean,
probably
you could
get
probably tell it like what kind of topics we talk about. Say we talk about pedophilia.
That's what I'm doing.
It's
Right.
not gonna. It's
racism.
not gonna like those.
It's probably not.
Let's see. Have you heard about the whole like Blizzard versus China thing that's been happening?
Well, yeah, they stopped associating with them completely.
No, the very funny thing. So, like, basically, all games in Blizzard, in like China for Blizzard,
Yeah.
went offline. And NetEase, who like sponsors them, they were like, they were like, we're severing our contract. And apparently, like, there's a bunch of really interesting NetEase quotes because they're like, in a couple of years, you will hear the story of how one conceited man can ruin an entire $1 million, like
Yeah.
billions of dollars.
The guy at
And
the
so
head
they're
of
like,
Blizzard.
what? And NetEase apparently they live streamed them like destroying
Oh, yeah.
all their Blizzard property with sledgehammers.
Oh,
So they had
boo.
Yeah, they took down like the big like Warcraft
yeah
axe.
with a fucking sledgehammer.
Tried to do what Doug Walker would say if he was on Epstein's Island, and it's like, I don't speculate on unverified claims.
Wow.
Like, it's a hypothetical. That is what
Yeah.
you do.
That's
all you do is make shit
all
up.
you do is speculate. Let's see. Let's do let's just say like give us a funny podcast bit. That's not even like referencing.
Funny podcast.
Let's see. Yeah, and then so apparently they had like a party that was like the Blizzard going away party. And they were like,
and they really fucking hate. Who's that? Oh, Bobby Kotick. Is he still the CEO?
I think he is. I think he's acting CEO right now. But it's something where it was like, they handed out green tea, which is like a sign of like, apparently there's like green tea like shakes, and apparently that's like a symbol of like treachery and like deceit. And so they were like doing all this like weird like shade shit, and I was like, I didn't really have a dog in this fight before, but this is awesome that these guys are like, fuck you,
you, Blizzard, and suck my dick.
The funniest thing was immediately the day that it ended, NetEase was like, here's our new MMO, Tar Island. And it is literally a 1-for-1 World of Warcraft ripoff. But it's also like something where people who play other MMOs are like, yeah, it's World of Warcraft, but they took like a bunch of other little things from like a million other MMO things. Mm-hmm. And so
it's usually how an MMO is made.
Okay, this didn't work. It just gave me a long like screenplay about two guys trying to fix a coffee machine.
It wasn't funny?
No.
This AI
he's like, try that. And the guy tries it. He's like, no, it's still not working.
That does sound like something. That sounds like an end of the podcast bit for us.
Sounds like a visual bit.
Yeah.
It is a very visual bit. There's a little like parentheses being like the guy taps the machine gently, but it still doesn't work.
That sounds like an end of podcast or like middle of podcast bit where we're just like, try to keep doing it with the coffee machine. It's like the coffee machine's not working. Have you tried this with the coffee machine?
Have you checked the voltage levels? That's what they had to check in it, but it still didn't work.
How do you check
have to
the
pay
voltage
for that
levels?
AI to be good, or is it?
No, the ChatGPT's it's just trying to gather data right now, and like you don't have to pay for anything with ChatGPT because like Microsoft is like bankrolling it big time. Because that is one of those things where like Bitcoin, I was always like hesitant about Bitcoin, where it's like, no, but like what actual utility does it have? But like I think AI is going to be the new like, oh, it's the blockchain. Like people, when they said the blockchain in order to like get investors, they're now going to say AI because it's like, but AI, the utility is so much more evident. Like everyone who used ChatGPT
AI
like,
does something.
Yeah, it's like when you showed someone Coinbase, they're like, okay, but when you show them ChatGPT, they're like, oh, this could be something. That's Tar Island.
Why is this called Tar Island?
I don't know. That was also my question.
It looks fine. It's a game. It might not be real, but who knows?
Oh yeah. Have you? Also, kind of a funny thing in the in like the science world. There was an interesting report that came out that was the gene Sonic Hedgehog is like,
I don't think it's called Tar Island, Jack. I think it's called Terraceland.
Oh, all I know, I heard Tar Island somewhere. Either way, that's the new.
I mean, it's written as Tar Island, but it's one word, so I feel like it's pronounced a different way.
It's Tar Island.
I'm gonna go with Tar Island.
I like Tar Island better. It's also
right.
The entire thing just takes place in like a swamp, and it's just very hard to get around the entire time.
That's a fun game.
And your character is like, oh, there's so much tar.
We're all sticky.
We're all so
sticky and black.
I'm happy about it.
Yeah, that would be a fun game.
That would be fun.
What was I saying?
You have to move really slowly. God, that sounds fun.
I was saying something. Probably nothing of value.
Something about AI and it being blockchained.
Oh, there's something after that. Whatever. Regardless, the most important thing
is that you're listening to the Brown Bricks podcast.
Yeah.
Email us at brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can subscribe to us on YouTube. Or you can do both.
Yeah.
What do you think about AI?
Tell us now.
Do you like it?
Do you have sex with it?
Do you have an AI girlfriend who you pretend to kiss?
Dude, you get those ads on Instagram that are like, here's a chat bot that will make you never feel alone anymore. It'll be your girlfriend or whatever. I'm like, why the fuck? Who is this for?
I can't imagine that if you tried that you would ever feel lonelier.
That would like sink me into like such a deep state of depression.
Right.
That,
There's like the I think I'm not sure. It was like AI dungeon. That's like you can put like sexual prompts into that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know what this other app supposedly
AI
is.
Dungeon. They got in a bunch of trouble for a bunch of the stories people had made leaked, and then they got posted on 4chan.
They're all...
Everyone was making fun of their cringy RPs.
Oh, that's funny. Did anyone?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It kind of died. People stopped using it.
That is too bad. That's.
I mean, you would if you were using it to, like, I don't know, have sex with, like, I don't know,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Asuka from Evangelion.
Oh, yeah, that one's worse.
She pulls down my pants and
makes fun of how big my dick is. But she likes it.
She says baka, but
she's got the plug suit on.
It's only because she's a tsundere. You have to understand.
Yeah, and then she loves me. That would be the saddest ending to a role play.
And then she married
loves me.
to her, and she loves me
She
forever.
says, it's not like I want to get married to you or anything, but she does.
There's something, so like porn, obviously, there's something kind of gross about that, but there's something so much grosser to me about like, and then we got married.
Something sadder about that.
Oh, for sure. Where
like trying to scratch an itch that is beating off. It's like, okay, man, you're going too far trying to accomplish that. But like if you're desperately seeking out like affection and trying to not be lonely, it's like, damn.
Yeah, where like you can tell they've realized that their problem is not sexual.
Because there's no way that it fulfills that at all.
No.
There's no chance those people come out of it like, wow, I really needed
fulfilling.
that. I really needed this AI to, tell me that Asuka loves me and wants to be my waifu.
Yeah, that is the worst. Because with beating off, it's something where at the very end you're like, oh, okay, you know what? I can move on with my life. But with that, once it's over, it's not like there's no itch being scratched there. It's like, well, I'm still lonely, incredibly lonely.
Yeah,
you stop being horny.
So sad.
You stop being horny, but you definitely don't stop being lonely at that point. That is really fucking sad.
Yeah.
Speaking of not necessarily loneliness, but
but a different thing.
2 instances.
But it's entirely different.
So I've had this. It's like a weird feeling where like
Jack's about to open up to us.
No, so like with like service workers, it's always something where I'm like, you're not
human.
Well, it's like
I do not respect
you're
you.
lesser than me.
It's more like I don't want, like, you're clearly, whenever like one seems to be hitting on me, I'm just like, no, you're not. You're not. You're just trying to get tips, and that's okay. But like I have to like completely sever that in my mind. But one of them, they commented on my winged Karibo, and she's like, "That's so cool." She was like trying to talk to me about it.
That's a powerful card.
And I was like, "Do you want like a tip or something, or like what do you?"
Or a tip?
No, because I can't like ever in good conscience like even look at any person who's like
a woman,
because it's basically like they're basically there against their will at that point. If I'm like, yeah, what are you up to later tonight?
If they're engaged, what was this at? What?
This was at a bar, or this was at like a bar and grill. And one of them was just talking to me for a while about Yu-Gi-Oh, and I was like, I can't. Like it's the dichotomy of like I want to talk.
I think that's a good instinct, but I also think you're a socially aware enough person that like I don't know how long the conversation was. Like someone's really sitting there and talk about Yu-Gi-Oh for ages. Like you could chat with them and feel it out.
Yeah, it's not like they signed a heart on my thing and they're like, I think she wants to fuck me. It was like, it was a long conversation.
Yeah, you don't go straight towards like, can I get your number, baby?
But yeah, I think there's like, I don't think I've ever asked for a number of a service worker just because it's like, it feels so gross. But that's always been something where I look at that and I'm like, that's a hard social thing to navigate.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely better to play it the safe side than just be like, no, they're working.
Yeah, they're working, and they probably are doing that as a joke. They're probably going to go back.
They probably go in the back, and they go, look at that loser with the Yu-Gi-Oh!
He talked to me.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
He talked to me for 10 minutes about Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't he such a loser?
I'm going to blow a snot rocket in his food.
I'm going to kill him.
I'm going to fucking kill him.
I'm going to fucking murder his ass.
I know his name. I'm going to follow that jackboy. I'm going to beat his face in the fucking pavement.
I'm going to.
It's going to happen.
I'm going to cut his Achilles heels, and then he's going to start limping away, but he's not that fast no more.
He's going to bleed out.
He used to be quite fast, but now he's injured.
Yeah, now he's injured. And then, but I keep walking. Beating. I let him go. For a little bit.
But, she's doing all that because she has a small crush on you.
Yeah.
Then
She's
like,
only being so mean because she
Yeah.
loves you.
And then
Playground flirting with you by you cutting your Achilles tendon and smashing your face into those dirt
that would be really
because
funny.
she has a crush.
If like a girl's negging you, but she's negging you by like
by
beating the
going
shit
way
out of
too
you.
far. Yeah, nagging. I like the idea of someone nagging you, but like way too
Violence.
far. It's like, wow, you really are a worthless sack of shit.
You fucking
You really
suck.
are a piece of
I
garbage.
fantasize about taking a knife to your fucking throat and watching you bleed
You're like,
out.
huh?
Yeah, the world would be a better place if you stopped breathing. Have you ever thought about that? Haha.
You should fucking kill yourself.
Does she like me?
That was that one
Oh my
girl
gosh.
who kept like making fun of me at that one tailgate and then poured a drink on me, where she like picked up a drink and then poured it over my head, and then but apparently like her friends were like, she just really likes you, and I was like,
Oh yeah, I remember you
What?
telling us about
what
that.
are you talking about?
Oh yeah, she should
She
use
should
her
stop being
words.
mean to me.
Yeah, that she should
Use her
stop.
big girl words.
She should be nice to me.
She should talk to me because I don't know who she is.
I don't know who she is.
All I know is that
She's being weird and mean.
All I know is that she keeps punching me, and then she poured a drink on me.
Yeah.
That I didn't understand. But maybe we should pick that up. Maybe that's what girls want.
Women.
That's how you become a Super Saiyan. is You,
Super.
you realize all
sand
the
lesbian.
injustices that men have faced at the hands of women.
At the powerful misandry that exists.
Super
Yeah. Do you remember-
misogynist mode.
Do you remember that Frieza was like, "Yes, Goku," and also, did you
Right.
realize that women have a sexual monopoly? And then he's like, "Ah!" and then he turns into a Super Saiyan.
Why is it
I
always
didn't realize that.
Why is it always the guys that have to make the first move, Goku?
Goku, did you not realize?
You're
that-
right, Frieza. We must kill this planet and all the
I'm
women
joining
on it.
your army, Frieza.
Goku, child support is paid out by men 99% of the time.
If we go this way, there's a planet of just women.
Oh, that can't
It needs
allowed
to be
exist.
destroyed.
But only men. It will be men going our own way to the women planet
Yes.
to destroy it.
Yeah,
Yes.
what was Frieza's army called?
There's
think
just
it's
the Frieza
called-
Force.
Oh, is that what it
Frieza
is?
Force?
Yeah.
Is it the Frieza Force? There's the Ginyu Force.
Yeah,
right
there's the
now.
Ginyu Force, and then there's the Frieza Force, and they're just the crew right under. I believe I could be wrong about that, but yeah, those guys are all like little misogynists. Those guys are like the little Andrew Tate
Yeah, they're the Andrew Tate stands.
pieces of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Frieza as Andrew Tate.
that would be funny.
Bald.
That would be good. That would be where. Yeah, it's Goku becomes Super Saiyan because he agrees so much with Frieza.
Goku, you're allowed to rape any woman you want as long as you tell them that you love them.
We're deep down, we're warriors, Goku. That's what Saiyans are.
And then he's like, "No, we actually."
And warriors conquer in all aspects of life.
Yeah, he's trying
Especially
to.
in the bedroom.
That would be something where Andrew Tate would be like up against Goku, and Goku would be like, "I just want to fight," and he's like, "Yeah, but like deep down, don't you want to like fuck people?" And Goku's like, "Not
No,
really."
You wanna grind.
very much no.
That's not. That's actually the opposite. Like I'm so on the grind.
Do you
that-
own a Bugatti? Goku.
Goku, don't you not feel complete unless you have a Bugatti? Isn't that your?
I have a spaceship.
Isn't that your
Does Goku
warrior?
have a spaceship?
Yeah, well, you can get one from Bulma.
Well, he doesn't need one anymore.
Yeah.
'cause he could just.
You could just.
I get. They
instant
still
transmission.
can't go in space.
Yeah, they can't.
That's always shocked me.
They can just instant transmission away, but it's like still not the same.
Wait,
Like
he
they're-
can't be in space.
No, Goku will die in space.
Yeah,
Oh, what?
it is stupid.
Wait a second. What? I thought most of like the final fight in Super is in space, or is it in a special air bubble?
They're in a
space?
special. Are
Final-
you talking about?
Oh, the Tournament of Power.
where they're on the space rocks and
That's-
fighting
no,
in
that's
space.
different.
a special little spot they made for him to
Yeah.
go fight.
It's in space.
Well,
No, no.
everything's in space.
Yeah, but like that's just a little rock, and they got a little atmosphere.
Okay.
It's
Fucking
it's
stupid.
Zeto.
No,
He can
yeah,
do
they
whatever he
die in
wants.
space.
It, I do like how that's such an easy like out to any villain where they're like, I guess I will.
There's one fight where one of the guys can be in space, so he's in space, like shooting at him, but like shit. What do we do?
The one problem
Can't go in space.
he's like, I could sneeze a planet away, but I can't go in space. It's like there has to be some sort of technique you can teach him. They can figure that one out.
Vegeta's gonna learn it first. He went to that special planet where Goku learned instant transmission.
Yeah, and then he got the ability that was just the guy they were currently fighting ability. I was hoping that he would get like something kind of, cooler, but instead it was like, nah, I'm gonna stop you from doing the thing.
Not to get too into Dragon Ball, but I do like that they're kind of separating which way Goku and Vegeta are going.
Yeah, I like
Goku's going Ultra Instinct. Vegeta's going like God of Destruction route.
Yeah, he's got like the ultra ego.
Yeah,
like he's into just
badass.
being like totally like selfish. But
Vegeta, you and I were like,
yeah,
it was always just like, oh, Goku's got a new transformation. When's Vegeta gonna get it? Then he got it,
and then
Goku got the next one. And Vegeta's like, all right, I gotta do that.
Okay, this
very
is
tired.
well, because it's always like he's catching up, and now it feels like they're both kind of doing their own thing.
Dragon Ball
They're
is
both
cool.
men going their own
I used
way.
to think Dragon Ball was stupid. Now I think Dragon Ball
is cool.
Wow, you're fucking
Dragon Ball is
you're
like
fucking faker, bitch.
Dragon Ball is stupid.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it
like
is very
Seth the Programmer,
Yeah.
pretending to like Dragon Ball, so people
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, so people will listen to our podcast.
Yeah, it's true. We're gonna turn it off, and we're like, we actually hate Luffy.
Yeah.
Now let's
Wait,
go not.
we're still recording.
Oh no! And then
Just kidding.
then
No,
let's
we're
not pay our
fucking
editors
not.
as well.
Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Our editors, which is me.
We don't. Yeah, you don't get.
You don't get paid.
but we don't get any money either.
We have like $30 saved up.
Well, it's
Yeah,
all
that's
yours.
No, we're gonna spend that in Vegas. I've been waiting to
Reinvest it.
I've been waiting to like just buy a bunch of shots with that money. Like
Okay.
literally just
$30.
one round of shots.
Yeah.
Let's take all the pod money and put it on black.
Oh, I like
Ooh,
that
okay.
idea.
I actually don't hate that idea.
Yeah, can we put it on brown?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put $30 on brown. They're like, no,
Shut the fuck off.
What the fuck are
Can we
you?
go to like the high roller?
What are you
tables?
saying to me?
And we're like $30 and exactly 95 cents on brown.
I'm brown.
Wow.
On brown. And,
Ask
and we're
the
singing the theme song while it
front
spins.
desk clerk, whoever hotel or some at the casino, like, are there any roulette tables with brown spots?
Brown ones.
Can you make one brown spot?
And then let us play one brown spot, and we put all on that,
Yeah, and then we win.
and then we win big.
Easy clap.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Well,
Like,
that's
I'm
the
going to
plan.
say brown, but I mean that's red. When I say brown, I mean red. So,
But I gotta say brown
but I'm gonna say
for
brown.
the bit.
And then when we lose, we complain like, I didn't say red, I said brown. He should have let me do my bet because there is no brown.
Really,
Just
just
being
get our ass kicked out of the casino.
biggest pieces of shit. Yeah. I want my $30
Give me my
and
fucking
I want
95
my-
cents back.
give me my fucking money back.
Yeah.
You fucking bitch.
You sack of shit.
So we lost it all, guys. We lost it all.
Oh no.
We're gonna have to do another 100 episodes to do it again.
They're like, all right, we'll give you your money back, but you gotta bet it again. And if you lose, the podcast is over.
Can we at least record while we do this?
No.
Oh no, that'd be an interesting last episode where they're like, we put it all, we made like a Faustian bargain with the casino, and we're gonna honor that.
Rumpelstiltskin came out and
And he said, and you also have to take a shot
You
of
have to
Rumpelman.
take a shot of
take
Rumpelman.
And-
a shot of
and
Rumpelmans and
cancel the
risk
pod.
the podcast.
What are we getting in return? $60.
$60.
$60. Well, plus $30. So
Yeah, $90.
Yeah.
Now you're speaking my language, Rumpy.
Think of how much Rumpelmans you could buy with that. He's like, wait, what you say?
huh?
You guys
See,
like Rumpelmans? We're like, yes, Rumpelstiltskin, we do.
I've never met anyone who's liked Rumpelman.
Here's
but he's
$1
never-
million. And I'm
was-
going to advertise your podcast to everyone I know.
That would be
Credits
Rumpelstiltskin.
roll.
Yeah, is
As
like
we all get our respective babes. Our
Yeah.
babes are there.
all of
Have a
Rumpelstiltskin's
yeah, but
contract.
she's there. But and before that, it was a little rocky, and you weren't sure if things were going to work out.
Yeah.
But now it's all good.
And all our
Interesting.
babes are on our arms.
Thank you, Rumpelstiltskin.
And they kiss us and they say, you saved the day.
You saved the day. Our lives were going to be ruined if you guys lost $30 and the
the
Brown
pod.
Bricks podcast.
Not losing the pod. Yeah, no,
Wow.
that
And then
I'm so excited
song
for this to
plays?
happen.
What song plays on the credits?
is this
Anima.
is imagining is imagining you overcoming
It'd be Viva Las
Rumpelstiltskin.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Viva
Is imagining you overcoming Rumpelstiltskin than a babe making out with you more or less pathetic than imagining Oscar marrying you?
It's more. It's less.
It's less, but it's cool. I'm cool for thinking of that.
We didn't put it into an AI chatbot. We came up with that.
That's
That's
a
why
our
that's
own
pathetic.
brain.
That's straight off the dome.
yeah.
That's our own brains working overtime there.
That's what
that's
you
the
put these
OG
three heads
AI.
together. You get fucking golden ideas like
You
that.
spin gold.
That's the OG AI.
You planted that
Brain.
seed with Rumpelstiltskin earlier.
Oh yeah,
It
and
paid off.
we thought it was a dud, but turns out that's gold, baby.
Yeah,
I do.
it's called a callback.
It is kind of funny though that they make up like they have to. They're so unoriginal that they're like, "What if Oscar married me?" He's like, "Shit, but I can't come up with a scenario for that. A chatbot, help me. I need you to."
Well, it's more real if somebody else tells you it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just like us telling you this, listener.
Dear listener.
And if you
Guys, please pray for us that this happens when we go to Vegas.
if you're
please
if you're
pray
praying for us, then
your
email us
thoughts
at
and prayers.
brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com.
Would we only double our money? I doubt it, right?
I mean, are we we're betting on brown? I don't know.
Okay, let's say it's black.
A single.
Yeah, you double your money.
That's
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Well, it's because it's half and half.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like you double it.
I mean, a little
no,
less because you got the
you
green
could put
spot,
like a
but-
number, right?
You can do numbers too, yeah.
Yeah, no, but the number's so uber specific that we way more than double our money. I
Yeah,
assume.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Okay.
Yeah. Should we get like a
Can do.
number and then like do little investments of all of our?
No,
Okay,
we put it all on one.
that's true. On one? On
I
Put
88?
it all on one number.
Does it
No,
go up
no,
to- does it go
on
up to
one
88?
I mean,
Oh yeah,
it doesn't go up. Might go up to 88. I doubt it.
We need to find the big wheel,
Yeah,
the
but-
big racist wheel.
Yeah.
Does this one go up to 1488? Put it all on that. It just spins. It's
Like
like
Jesus.
no, it's actually 20,800. No. How could I have seen
That's
this?
such a tough number to guess. God, how come I didn't guess?
Roulette game's hard. I should have known.
I'm not
Somebody
good at this
win.
at all. I need to get better at roulette, but I'm out of money.
Hey, man, what a money. All right.
I'm out
Thanks,
of money.
everybody.
Bye. I love
See
you.
See you never.
I love you.
'Cause you're never going to get to see us because it's always an audio podcast. Goodbye.